Ha ha ha, got you. Got you. I guarantee you that some of you start typing in the comment section soon as you clicked on the video, just simply based off the thumbnail and the title. But you haven't even listened to the video yet, have you? Well, stay tuned because I think you'll like this video. But coming up again, the trade deadline, and the Detroit Lions need a pass rusher. And that's pretty much all you're going to hear about between now and 4 o'clock Tuesday, November 5th. We still have a game to play. And while you'll be getting those videos, you're going to get a lot of these too. And we're all wondering who the Detroit Lions are going to try to trade for at the trade deadline, if any. Now, I've made a video about Trey Hendrickson. I think he is the guy that the Detroit Lions, he is their #1 target based on the connection between Dan Campbell and Aaron Glenn, and just who he is as a player. He's the kind of guy that fits what they're trying to do. But another guy that's come up, Chase Young. Chase Young. I don't remember the Lions or teams or kind of media pundits trying to put Chase Young to the Detroit Lions last year. However, I was a big fan, big advocate of Chase Young, and I think you're going to like what I have to say, so stick around to this video. But this is coming from the 33rd team, which is comprised of former players, former NFL coaches, and actually current players. I'm sure this is where, don't forget, the Amon-Ra St. Brown podcast, it started on the 33rd team, and they were smart enough to move it to its own YouTube channel. I'm wondering if it's still under their umbrella or not. But they suggested a trade scenario for Chase Young. The Lions could go after one former #2 pick overall to help replace another. Well, Dan Campbell already said, you ain't replacing Aiden Hutchinson, so there's that. And here's the trade scenario. The Lions receive Chase Young, and the New Orleans Saints receive a 4th-round pick. Now, I don't think this is predominantly because of Chase, what he's doing on the field, but I think after losing 6 in a row, you got to be sellers at that point. You extended Alvin Kamara, so you know he's going to be there for a while. Derek Carr, no doubt. You got Spencer Rattler as the backup. Cam Jordan, you got to figure out what's going on with him. But the Saints are going to have to take a hard look in the mirror, and I think that's probably why Chase Young, his name is being mentioned on the trade market. So you still watching? Good. Stick around because I think, again, you'll like where this video is going. Now, here is Chase Young. What is he making for this year? At the end of the year, he left the 49ers, and he signed a 1-year, $13 million deal, and all 13 is guaranteed. So I did the math, and the math right now, if he was to be traded, he would make just under $7 million for the rest of the season. But again, that money was all guaranteed. So I can't remember if the trading team, it's already been paid to him. It has, but who's responsible for what is confusing at times. But as you can see, this is a Brad Holmes type deal, a lot of voided years. So they signed him. This is very reminiscent of the DJ Chark deal from a couple years ago, of how he got 10.5 guaranteed, and he got it. It was predominantly as a signing bonus, and then he got just a little bit as the salary, and then it was split out equally over 3 years total. Chase Young, he has it split out for 5 years total, which is crazy. Don't know what the New Orleans Saints was doing in that situation. But you may be wondering, Derek, you were a big fan of Chase Young, a huge fan of Chase Young leading up to this year. And I was. I feel like that I think he was dealt a bad hand. This guy or a bad rap. This guy was Defensive Rookie of the Year. Also a player that got hurt in year 2, I believe, and he's currently in year 5. Now, we know that the Washington Commanders going into last year did not pick up his 5th-year option and then traded him away at the trade deadline. It's funny that Jeff Okudah, who was picked right behind him, was traded last season as well, but it was the offseason. Before last season began, he was traded away to a different team. Chase was a midseason acquisition. That's after the Commanders traded away Montez Sweat to the Chicago Bears. But would I want Chase Young at this point? I'm going to surprise you at the end of this video, but if I said you're going to be surprised, then you already know, absolutely not. I would not be mad if we traded for Chase Young. If we gave away a 4th, I would be a little upset with that because I just don't think that Chase Young is that guy anymore. Whether or not you believed it or not, I believed it. I think that he has regressed tremendously. It looks like to me he's gained weight in a way that is not conducive to He's gained weight. Usually you can gain weight by gaining muscle or fat. You know, he doesn't look like muscle is part of his. You can just look, if you look at his profile picture from the Saints, he got a nice round face. Does not look like that he is in the best shape, in my opinion. And that could be what is contributing to, in my opinion, what is the worst year of his career. I do not want the Detroit Lions to trade for Chase Young. You hear me? Did you? Clean out your ears. You weren't hearing things. I do not want the Detroit Lions to trade for Chase Young. If we did, because we were that desperate, then I would say that we would have to give them a seventh round pick. And of course, whatever, if James Houston is in any deal, that's fine with me. No disrespect. But I guess when you say no disrespect, it's all disrespect. All right, so let me show you why the change of heart, Derek. Why the change of heart? Well, being a Detroit Lions fan and living in the Detroit market, I don't see a lot of New Orleans Saints games. And wasn't really, he has signed a deal, wasn't really paying him any attention this year. Once the trade deadline passed last year, the Chase Young era was over for me, right, for the Detroit Lions. But here's why that I have come to the end of the road like Boys to Men when it comes to Chase Young. Now, this is from the New Orleans Saints game 2 weeks ago. I'm sitting watching the game, as I always do, on Monday night. That's what I think we all do, right? Trying to unwind last day of the week, and we're watching Monday Night Football. And I'm watching the highlights because I actually missed the game, so I'm watching the highlights. And then Chase Young his name is being thrown around as potential trade candidate. So I'm watching, and I'm like, let me focus on Chase Young. And there was a play earlier in these highlights where he just absolutely got cooked by Bo Nix. But this is the play right here that I had to make a separate video about on Twitter, just showing my absolute disgust and how my opinion of Chase Young has changed. Now, this could have been your opinion from the very beginning, but with me, I didn't see this Chase Young. And I mean, does he have the same motor as Hutch? He didn't. I don't think he's ever had. I think that's kind of hard to duplicate. It's only a few guys with that type of motor. But to me, he wasn't as bad as everyone was saying he was. Well, now I think that he is. He's so bad. I think he's got 2 sacks and some pressures. I don't even care about his statistics because this right here told me that Chase Young did not belong on our team. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right. So here's Chase Young right here. This is, again, a couple weeks ago, and we're going to run this in 0.25 speed. Chase Young is going to obviously rush the passer. That's what he does. This guy right here, I didn't go get his name, the left tackle for the Denver Broncos. Notice this guy. I don't know anything about him, but what I do know is that Chase Young is 25 years old, and this left tackle, all right, has... Let me change so I can use the proper tool. This tackle right here has 2 knee braces on his knees, one for the left and one for the right. And he was handling Chase all night long, which was disrespectful in itself. That's one thing, all right? But that still ain't it. That still ain't it. Okay, so you got the fact that he looked like he gained the wrong type of weight. You got to do with 2 knee braces that been hemming him up all night long. That's not the worst part. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the worst part. Again, Chase Young, and you might have seen this. This to me is a new thing. This level of despicableness. Again, Chase Young here. He's going to rush the passer, try to get the Bo Nix. I'm using that word very loose. Let's play the clip. Watch Chase Young. All right. This is the play that said there's no way in a million years. So he's rushing the passer. He's going to get hemmed up. But watch what he does. He is searching he's not even trying right here. And right there, he created a situation where he pretends to be double teamed. He was actually grabbing at offensive linemen, trying to get somebody to come over his way. He created this contact. He is the one that reached for and held and wrapped his left arm around this guy right here so that he can give the perception that he is being double teamed. Okay? This is the moment that I said, no way, no how, it ain't no way. Gonna let it finish playing out. He is not double teamed. There is zero effort at all. Bo Nix, you mean to tell me that a dude with 2 knee braces, where's the effort? There is none. Look at what is happening. Not only did you create a fake double team so you wouldn't have to try, you're letting a guy with 2 knee braces, not 1, but 2 knee braces, hem you up. At 25 years old, you should be disgusted with yourself. And there is zero effort at all from Chase Young. What is this? None whatsoever. And ladies and gentlemen, again, you may have seen this. This might have been your entire thought process. I've never seen this. You don't win Defensive Rookie of the Year playing like that. You just don't. I have seen, this is by far the worst. Now, could you have been overly critical? Perhaps. Perhaps. But I've always given him a chance. Now, nah, I'm good. Despicable. And again, if you watch the first play earlier, not the first play, but it's a play earlier in the game where Bo Nix, he just freezes him in his tracks. Chase Young doesn't even realize that the ball has been handed off until it's way, way too late. And I'm wondering if I could still find it real quick. It was absolutely, and again, that play was earlier. It was earlier. Is this it here? I might be about to get it. But for those reasons alone, I'm good. We've already gone 12 minutes, so I don't want to go any further. But for me, I am not. Nope, not anymore. Not anymore. I want to find this play so bad. I think this is it right here. It's coming soon, I think. But it's just despicable. This whole zero effort at all. Now can he get to the quarterback? He can. It happens. He's got 2 sacks. I think he has 36 pressures. But for me, nope, not anymore. Again, I didn't see what you guys saw. To the extent that you guys saw, I would watch him very closely, and I can't find it. I really wanted to find it. This might be it right here. Matter of fact, this is it. Oh, yes, I found it. I found this. All right, so it's going to let it load up real quick. And this is the play that was before the play earlier. Let me load it up. It's loaded. I got it in 2.25 speed. But all right, so check this out. This is an absolute disgrace. This is before the play I just showed you. Chase Young. And again, you didn't hear the wrong thing. Here's Chase Young here. Bo Nix is going to hand the ball off. Watch this dude. Watch Chase Young. Watch this. I don't even have to. Watch what happens. Ball's going to be snapped. Chase Young reads the whole thing. Look at this. Frozen. He don't even know until it's too late. How you not gonna know that Bo is not having the ball? He doesn't have the ball when nobody stopped you from coming through. And you froze. You froze. Now I understand that you were waiting to see what Bo was gonna do, but what is this? Go back just a little bit here. I'm gonna let it play. You froze. Completely froze. That's the one thing about 2.25 speed is it takes forever. And the minute I change it to regular speed, the play will be over and done with. But again, I'll let it play without stopping it and just commentate over it. Completely froze. Again, watch Chase Young. Watch him. You mean to tell me you still think Bo got the ball? How you still think Bo got the ball? Come on, man. So I'm sure I surprised a lot of people with this video. But no, Derek does not want Chase Young anymore. If we were to trade for him, 7th round pick, I'm not going to be mad. You're not going to have me pop a gasket. He helps what we have, and that's all I'm asking for. I mean, real talk. Do I want a Myles Garrett? Yes. Do I want a Max Crosby? Yes. Do I want a Trey Hendrickson? Do I want those guys? 100%. But at this point, we could literally use anybody. You will not hear me complain if the Detroit Lions do not get any of those players. You will, however, I will be upset and have to hold myself together if we don't do anything. That and Chase Young is literally anything. Is that something the Detroit Lions will do? I'm going to say no. Wouldn't be mad, wouldn't jump through the roof, wouldn't do none of that stuff. It is what it is. I want to know Brad Holmes tried for one of those guys, at least called. He only has so much control. But what will really grind my gears is if he don't do anything. So let me know. But I bet you surprised. So let me see. How many people had to edit their comment based on what you thought this video was going to be and the reality of what it turned out to be? Let me know your thoughts down below. And make sure you put, if you had to edit your comment, put thumbs up in the chat. But this channel is brought to you by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. Take care of yourself and each other and make smart choices. And as always, go Lions.